So since I filmed the first vlog buying the SF90 Spider, everyone started asking me, doctor, what do you do for a living? I'm going to reply to this question today, but as you guys can see, I'm a person that comes from humble beginnings, someone that enjoys taking the snow off one of his 4 supercars. It's the simple things in life that you have to enjoy. Like, anyone can do this. Getting to this position is actually not that hard. All you have to do is work. I'm going to explain more in depth, in detail, about what I do and how I do it. The thing is, most people already know what I do. If you're on my Telegram channel, you've already figured out what I do and how I do it. But this video is more for the lazy people or the curious people that want to know more in detail about doctor's life story. So stay tuned till the end of the video, you'll find out. So, how did it all start? I'm going to talk a little bit about my childhood, how the whole thing started, how I evolved and I got to the position where I am right now. I'm actually 100% purely Lebanese. A lot of people think that I'm Romanian since I live in Romania. I'm not Romanian. I moved here 7 years ago. I'm originally from Beirut, Lebanon. I come from a very humble family, I would say, with a family of 4. I'm the only man in the family. I would say, a good child. I caused a lot of trouble at school, but what saved my ass in school was the fact that I had high grades all the time. Back then I was boxing. I was doing it a lot more professionally, I would say. Now I do it more like a hobby. I still train every day, I train like a professional, but before I took it a lot more seriously. And coming from a country that is as corrupt as Lebanon, we didn't have many options. Like, all my friends from back then, they're either in jail, dead, or doing illegal stuff. When I finished high school, I thought I was going to continue boxing, like this was going to be my lifetime career. But my father, which he had a very big effect on my career, I would say, he mentioned something about going to med school. And he played a very major role in my life, I would say. Let me talk a little bit about my father. By the way, this beanie is his beanie. He gave me this beanie 7 years ago when I came to Romania, when he took me to Romania. And I kept it to this day. My father, almost everything I learned is from him. So having a very strong father figure in your life is actually extremely important. He's a doctor as well, a dentist, but he went through being a doctor the hard way. When he married my mom and when I was born, basically, my father used to work at other clinics. And throughout my early stages in life while I was growing up, I used to see him like hustling, going, always learning, all the time learning new techniques, traveling to learn new stuff. Till I was like 10, 12, he opened his own clinic. And then we were like, oh, now it's going to be good. He has his own clinic, he's hustling. And then in 2006, I don't know if you guys know, in 2006 was the war between Lebanon and Israel. And they bombed his clinic. So that was kind of the turning point in our family. We were doing, when he opened his clinic, we were starting to do very well. Then war happened, we had to run away. He stayed in Beirut. So this is one of the things that made me have kind of like a strong character, I would say. The fact that he didn't want to leave. Me, my mother, my sisters, he sent us somewhere else safe and he stayed in Beirut. They bombed his clinic and I saw him literally go back to zero. This is where I started getting jobs. I had to. We didn't, like, basically everything collapsed. Banks closed. everything was done. You have to take everything back to zero. This is what I started getting jobs. I wasn't into even the online world, the online making money scene wasn't that big back then. And yeah, this is kind of a brief story about how we kind of went up and we went back down. And what I liked about him was the fact that he would never surrender. Like literally, even after they bombed his clinic, they basically bombed the building where the clinic was. Like it wasn't a target or something. But yeah, he kept on hustling. I turned 17 right after those things happened. I turned 17, and then he said, Hadi, in Lebanon, you have no chance of doing anything. Let's get you to, let's get you anywhere else. You should follow the same career as I did, become a doctor. So we applied to multiple schools: Romania, London, Belgium. Romania gave me a scholarship, and this is how I ended up here. I refused the idea to come to Romania. Like, I didn't want to come. It was, no, I wanted to stay home. I want to stay with them. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about my future. All I cared about was family. And he actually went and he made the papers. Like, he signed the papers. He did all the paperwork for me. And then one day we woke up and he said, we're going on a vacation. It's like, me and you, vacation. He said, yeah, we're going on a little vacation. Bear in mind that before this whole vacation thing, I've never left Lebanon. Like 17 years, never seen the airport, never, no vacations, no nothing. I think I went once, like to some Arab country. I was very young, like a child. I don't remember. But yeah, we left to Romania the day we were supposed to leave. My mother was packing my bags, and I take the bag and it's like it's too heavy. It's like they put all of my stuff inside. And then my mother was crying. I was like, "Why are you crying? I'm going to come back." And we left. We came to Romania. He showed me the university. He said, this is where you were supposed to go." And after like 6-7 days at the place where we were staying, I went to the gym, and when I came back, he was not there. Not him, not his luggage, nothing. So I started panicking a bit, and then after like 3 hours, I get a call from him, a video call. He was already in Lebanon. He told me, "Listen, son, remember the university I showed you yesterday? Tomorrow at 8 a.m. you have to go and be there." This was a very big turning point in my life because I was alone. I didn't know the language, no Romanian language, no nothing. He was sending me money to survive, like food, water. He also took a college dorm for me as well. But the college dorms in Romania, like, don't think like it's something like dorms in the US. College dorms in Romania are shit. Like cockroaches. It's kind of similar to prison, but like, you get what I mean. He sent me there. I started uni, and after the first year, I was like, no, this is too much. Like, I have to find a way out. I was good at uni. I was getting good grades. I learned Romanian very fast. And my social skills kind of helped me when it came to this because there were a lot of students, foreign students like I am, but the Romanians were making fun of them. Like, I remember this guy from Kuwait. From Kuwait or from Saudi Arabia, I don't remember. You can see when you look at someone, you can see if he's like a predator or prey. And he had the face, like if you look at him, he looked like a victim. And he didn't know Romanian language as well. So I remember one girl, she made this very bad and ugly joke. She said something like, "Oh, you're from Saudi Arabia. If I get you a cow, would you sell me your sister?" Or something like that. And everyone started laughing, but like he didn't do anything, he didn't react. And I don't know about you guys, but in the Arab culture, anything sister, mother related is like a no no. If someone does a joke like this, someone's going to die. Like it's war. But yeah, she finished the joke with him and then she turned towards me and she wanted to say something. I looked at her before she even tried to say something and I told her, listen, before trying to act smart, trust me, I have no problem in getting dropped out of this uni. Don't do it. I basically made her understand the limits. And then there was an issue where I have to start being social with my colleagues because, like, you have to, you know. This guy can help you out. This guy can teach you Romanian. This guy can do this. You needed your people. I needed the people. Because how this happens usually in university, when foreign students go to a university, they all like gang up together, the foreigners, and then you have the locals, which were Romanians in my case. So I thought, like, what can I do? I was very good when it comes to socializing, and I had a lot of older friends that were like, they already, let's say I was year one, they were year three, year four, and they used to take pictures of the exams. They used to copy. Someone would take with the phone picture of the exam. They would send me everything. So I was kind of like the exam dealer, you know. And a lot of my colleagues. So we had one group where we were all together, and sometimes some of them would text me in private, and they would say, "Hadi, please send us the exam, but don't send it on the group because they want to get higher grades, like some snaky shit, you know." But I would never do that. I was always sending all the questions and the tests and everything on the group, wanting to help everyone, so that when I need help, someone's going to help me. Fast forward, I think I was year four, either year three or year four, and I couldn't take it anymore. Like, I wanted to make money. One good advice I would say for the young G's coming up right now. I know you heard about phone addiction. I'm going to tell you something else. Marketplace addiction. So, when I was, even before year three, when I was young, I used to sit on my phone every day. At school, in bed, doesn't matter. I would just scroll through Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, eBay for the Americans, for the Europeans, we have OLX, it's called, something like that. I would scroll, 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 and just check out different stuff. Check out the prices. Why here it's cheaper than here? Why this item here is, let's say, 200 US and here it's 100 US? Just comparing. Because in my mind, the resale game was the easiest game. Like, I buy this for 100, I sell it for 200, I made 100 profit. This was kind of my ideology behind business back then. After scrolling a lot through Marketplace, I found out that iPhones are actually cheaper in Dubai than they were in Romania. Because in Dubai, they have the Apple Store. In Romania, we don't have an Apple Store, we have like affiliates. So I remember I went and took a loan, borrowed money from someone, from a friend that I know that his father has money, and we kind of sorted out the deal. He gave me the money. The next day I was in Dubai. I bought the phones, used phones, came back to Romania, put them on Marketplace. I even put them on Marketplace when I was in Dubai. And people started calling me before I came to Romania. So I kind of sold all the phones before I even came back to Romania. I came back here, took the money, gave them the phones, then instantly with the profit back to Dubai. And I kept on doing this I did this for the iPhone 11, for the iPhone 12. Business was going good. I would say I profited 250 to 300 euros per phone. And I was like, oh, business is so easy. This is very good, blah, blah, blah. Till I got, like, I started expanding, I stopped going to Dubai. I started hiring people to go get the phones and come back till I got my first scam. I got scammed. I sent someone to buy an iPhone in Dubai, in like this shady area, Bur Dubai, I think it's called. I don't remember. and it was an Indian guy. I wasn't like buying from one seller. I was just buying randomly what I found the cheaper price. Buy it. I'm buying price. I don't care about the seller. Don't care about anything. Buy price low, sell high in Romania. They went to see the guy I sent. He went to see the phone. He saw the phone. Everything was fine. He then gave back the phone to the seller. I believe he was Indian. He gave him back the phone. And while my guy was taking out the cash from his pocket, the Indian took the phone out of the box and like put an Android Chinese fake iPhone inside. And he gave him the box, took the money, disappeared. This was the first scam. Then he started calling me panicking, crying on the phone. He's like, bro, I'm sorry. You lost that much money because of me. The phone cost 1.2K. I'll do anything to get it back, blah, blah, blah. I was like, the thing is, it didn't even move me because I instantly remembered how much my father lost. And like, this is just a phone. Like, it happened. We tried to get it back. We tried to contact the police. Nothing happened. Move on. Then after selling phones for 2 years, I think this is when it started drying out because the people I was selling the phones to, some of them, gypsies, they were like, where do you get the phones from? How do you do it? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I get them from Dubai. And then after 2 years in business, I would, like before when I started, I was the only person selling the lowest price because this is how I saw it. Like, let's say the phone is for sale for 1.4K. It cost me 1K. I'm selling it for 1.2. I'm the lowest price on the market. Everyone's going to come buy from me. And they started noticing this. So after 2 years, I wasn't the only competitor in the market. A lot of people started getting into this business and it was kind of getting like, there's no way of scaling it even more. After the business kind of dried out, I started searching for other options. And this was maybe 2018, 2000, yeah, kind of 2018, I think. Webcam was booming back then in Romania. I actually didn't know what webcam is. Like, the idea behind webcam in my mind was like, you buy a studio or you open a webcam studio, you hire some girls and you make money. Stupid me. So I started searching online. Only I started looking for free information. There were a couple of courses I didn't want to buy. There were people offering consultation. I was like, no, this is a scam. I started reading everything online by myself, and then I was convinced like this is the easiest business ever. And I knew that this business was not very good from an ethical point, but in my mind I was like, every single business is like this. Like, let's say college, for example, student loans, pharmacies. If we lived in such a perfect world, everything should be free. Like, food should be free, pharmacy should be free, medicine should be free, medication should be free, everything should be free, but we don't. So I took that money that I saved up from the phone business. I partnered up with a friend and we opened a webcam studio. It was the biggest failure of my life, I would say. We stayed open for 3 months, 2 to 3 months. We bought it. It was already done, furnished, everything. We bought it. After we sent the transaction, we were already like sitting at home talking about how rich we're going to be the next day. 2 months passed. We didn't make no money. Zero, literally. We didn't have models. We didn't know how the business worked, you know? We were just sitting there and waiting for a model to just open the door and come inside. And that never happened. It happened once, and even with that model, we didn't know what we were doing. We're like, yeah, we'll figure it out. But like, nothing happened. And I remember at month 2, we were out of money. We had expenses like rent, staff, cleaning, electricity, bills. And that was the point where I started actually, like, I became a delivery boy. I was delivering food in Romania, and that was the most miserable job someone could think about. I don't know how it is in the US, UK, other countries, but in Romania, if you're a food delivery guy, you're how can I say, you're an insect in this country. Like, I would get disrespected at the restaurant when I go pick up the food. I would get disrespected as well when I arrive to the client's door and I give him the food. I was getting disrespected everywhere. I remember my first order was a pizza. I went, I took the pizza, delivered it. Easiest job ever. I remember I called my friends like, bro, this is so easy, blah blah blah. Then my second order came in. It was Lebanese food, and this was like I had to go to a Lebanese restaurant to pick up the food. A restaurant where I used to go there frequently. Everyone knew me, and in my head I was like, people are going to find out I'm a delivery boy right now. What can I do? I remember wearing a jacket, a hat, trying to stay incognito. I go there, I pick up the food while I'm going to the client's place. I rented this shitty small smart car. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the smart cars. While I was on the way to the client's house, the road was a little bit like it was not good and the car was shaking all the time and the food was shaking as well. I get to the client's house. She came out. She was this mid-age, nice looking lady. She gave me the money, I gave her the bag, and while I was giving her the bag, because it was shaking all the time in the car, when she took the bag literally exploded. And the food fell off the bag and the food was everywhere on the floor. And she looked at me in shock. And I was like, it was total embarrassment for me. Like, what can I do? What should I do? I told her I'll talk to the restaurant and we'll get you a refund. I remember I went back to the car. I was extremely sad. I called up my father. I told him, this is very hard. Like, I can't do this anymore. And I remember him telling me that this is how 99% of people live day to day. And it's up to me if I want to keep pushing and try to get to the top 1% or give up and then I run out of money, go back to job, stay like all the rest of the 99%. Fast forward a little bit, I started making a bit of money from delivering food and I discovered the online world. Then I started looking online. I found out about Twitter. I found about a lot of businesses. I tried drop shipping. I tried drop servicing. That was late. This was like 2019. And then I found out about OFM, OnlyFans Management. And this is where now a lot of people are going to be like, this is taboo, unethical, blah, blah, blah. Bro, chill. Chill. Let me talk. When I saw this business, I saw it as an opportunity not to promote the unethical and sexual stuff. In my mind, because I tried a lot of businesses before, I was very good at marketing. Like, I was very good at driving traffic. And in my mind, I was like, I'm going to implement what I learned drop servicing into this business. I can be the best guy when it comes to getting traffic. Doesn't matter TikTok models, OF models, all I cared about is delivering traffic and getting paid. I joined a couple of online communities back then. I think I spent 70% of all the money I had to join an online community. And I would never regret this because that was the place where I met a couple of friends that are still, like, we're still boys till this day. We still talk to each other. We're like extremely close. They changed my life. I changed their life. I met some people in the online world where, like, these people, chances are less than zero that you would meet them at uni or at a restaurant or just randomly. They opened my eyes about a couple of things regarding this business. I started implementing, I started searching, I wanted to make it work. At first, the first step was finding a model, finding someone to work with. That was the hardest part for me back then. I think it took me 4 months to find my first client. And after I did, because in that time frame, the 4 months while I was searching for a client, I was also learning, till I got to the point where I had a model and I already know 90% of the game. My first ever month with this business, I made 15K. Like, I think that was kind of almost all the money I made from selling phones in 2 years, going to Dubai, coming back, exchanging all of this. 2 years. I made this in 1 month, my first month. And that wasn't like for the people I used to talk to back then. When they hit their first 10K month, that was when they started chilling. We don't want to do like this is okay, let's keep it at that level, no evolving, no nothing. And this was kind of the breaking point for me. I would never stop. From 15K I went to 30K, 30K to 60K, kept on pushing, 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 expanding, expanding, till I reached the point where my agency was making above 6 figures a month. If you check my Telegram channel, I have pictures and receipts from 2019, 2020, stats, all of that. My life changed. And with that money, I started because in my mind, how I thought about it is I used money, I joined an online community, I met some super cool people, and they helped me, I helped them. I got to the level where I am right now. I wanted more, wanted more, wanted more. I started joining a lot of online communities, talking to a lot of people. I reached a point where my life was basically online. No more friends, no more going out, having fun, clubs, nothing. My only friends were like online. We would talk on video call, message, see each other once every 2, 3 months, and that was my life. The rest was work, 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 work. I spent from I think 2019 till 2022. I was making the most money when it came to this business. People started to know me. I met a lot of people throughout these couple of years. People started noticing me, they started knowing me, they would see my receipts online, start talking to each other. This guy is good at this, I'm good at that. We started becoming friends. I got to a point where this business was just too much for me. I finished med school. I'm officially a doctor, and I was making crazy amounts of money, but in my mind I was like, this is not very ethical. The reputation. But at the same time, I was like, the thing is, people have this very wrong idea about this business. Yeah, some people promoted it with lover boy, taking girls' money, blah, blah, blah. How I ran this business was nothing like this. And this is why I was very successful. I didn't treat this business how everyone else was treating it. Like, I treated this business solely from a perspective of this is the client, she wants traffic, I bring her traffic, or him traffic, and I make money. This was the business I was running. No making men come, no nudity, no nothing. Like, what made me a lot more successful than other people is because I was very good at connecting the dots. So when a client would come to me and be like, "Oh, I have very good traffic on my account, but I don't make a lot of money," I would think like easiest way to help this client would be hiring professionals, people that studied psychology, people that understand the dynamic between men and women. I would hire those people and they would like help the client or talk on the client's account, make her more money. This was the whole business I was running. And I reached the point where I was extremely good at getting traffic. Like any client I would get, if she wants 100K followers on TikTok, 1 million Instagram followers, a million Reddit followers, I was that guy. So I kind of, the start was a bit because I didn't have the knowledge I have right now. And then I took this business like here, you know? And that was when I finished med school. I was like, I need to expand, I need to do more. I can't keep on. I had a couple of clients, I was working with them, making money every month, but like the reputation started hitting me and I wanted to change things up a bit. Because the problem with the online world is when they hear OFM or anything of that sort, they're like, oh, pimp, oh, you take money from, I don't know, like, no, bro, no. that was not the case for me. Fast forward after graduation, I decided to teach my girlfriend everything I know regarding this business. I told her, look, this is the agency, this is how it works, this is how you do this is how you do that. I gave her the contracts, the company, everything. Now she runs my management company. And while doing that, I figured that I actually love doing this. Like, I love telling people, teaching people, helping people, and telling them, look, this is how you do this. And what brought me joy was when she started seeing that it works, that she's making money, and she was very happy and she was thanking me as well. Fast forward a bit, I had a lot more spare time right now. She was running the agency, I was searching for other ways to make money. And that was when my mentor told me, you should start making money from this. Like, you're very good at this. Why don't you open a side business? Like, this business, you already maxed out. Like, you know everything, you know the right people. Why don't you use this business to make another business and make even more money? So that was when I opened my coaching, my private community. The people on Telegram already know about it. This is the first time I tell the people on YouTube about it. And what I did basically to make this extremely successful was the fact that I knew that me by myself, like, okay, I made millions from this business, but just me by myself helping others is not enough. I need to find, let's say I was the best when it comes to promoting on Reddit and dating apps. Let me find the best guy on TikTok, the best guy on Instagram, the best guy on YouTube. I started, because of the connections I made throughout my career in that business, I met a lot of people, and I remember, I know, oh, this guy is very good at TikTok, this guy is very good with Instagram. Called them up, told them about my idea. I'll be the head of marketing, I'll be everything. You guys take care of the coaching guys. I take care of the community as well. We create something big. We create something where you join, you have everything, literally everything. Anything you could think of, any question, anything you have, there's an answer. It's the complete business from A to Z on the highest level possible. The people teaching you are people that already made millions with this business. So it's not only me, it's anytime you have a question, someone has an answer. This was my idea. One thing I learned was the best advice I could give to people that own businesses is to always over-deliver. Every time you over-deliver, people, like, your business is going to grow. When you over-deliver, your business grows. This is solid advice from Dr. Hadi to you guys. Always over-deliver, because throughout my career, I worked with a lot of people, and whenever I see someone, like, he promises something and he doesn't do good. Like, let's say you have meh, good, very good, excellent, over the top. Meh would get fired. Good would get fired. Very good would stick for a bit, then I'll fire him. Excellent would stick for a longer period of time, but this guy right here, he would stay. He would stay for a very long time. So why not be the guy that offers this? It's that simple. Just over-deliver. Promise something and deliver 10 times more what you promised. It's that simple. This was basically how I started the coaching. Then I started going more into software. This is where the game started changing. I became more and more powerful. I started to understand the game even more when it came to AI, bots, making software that helps this business become even more profitable. I started meeting up with a lot of developers. I started meeting up with a lot of people in that niche, people I never thought I would meet, because in my mind before I was like, these people are geeks, these, like, you don't need these people, when in fact these people, one, are the best people to be friends with, two, these people can help you evolve a lot, because everyone needs a computer controlled brain next to him. Like, you know, the guy with the glasses is cool, the backpack, you need those people. I started meeting people like this. We started discussing ideas. And this is where I started launching a couple of bots, a couple of software that are only exclusively offered inside my coaching. And this is where people started getting even better results. Like, this was past over delivering. This was like already, I'm Hall of Fame level when it comes to this business. And I believe this played a major role in my own business and my coaching business and the people I met throughout my career. I started making money from multiple spots. My agency that's being run by my girl, my coaching company, my software company. I started making money everywhere. The thing is, I'm very open about this. The knowledge and the things I'm telling you guys right now. One, this is nothing next to the things I discuss with my coaching members. And two, this is still solid advice. This is another thing that made me very successful, I would say. Not money wise, as in reputation wise, people knowing me, people actually liking me, is I was always a genuine person from the start. Like, yeah, I do this, this is how you do this. If you want to learn, we can help you out. If you want this, we can offer this. Like, I was very genuine from the start. One very big turning point in my career was the fact that I had an extremely successful business. I was one of the best in that field. And I chose to give the business for someone else to run it for me so I can have more time and develop another business and become the best at that business. And then again and again and again. I think this is very solid advice for anyone looking to get into online business. Doesn't matter, you want to do the business we're doing, you want to do another business. If you have this mindset, you're good to go. One thing that made me extremely successful was the fact that, like, I'm not only talking about successful money wise, I'm talking as in a human being, an all round man. The fact that I was always genuine with everyone. Like, I would say, look, this is what I do, this is how you do it. Because most people in this business or any business, almost everyone in the online business, they would create fake scenarios, they would rent cars, they would do stuff like this. I don't even understand why. Like, because if there's a financial gain behind it, okay, I understand it, but do you actually feel good when you sit alone in bed at night and look at your content and be like, oh, this is not me. This is a rented car. I'm actually broke. I don't get how these people operate that way. I've been always taught since I was a kid that being genuine is the best way to go. Hopefully you guys stuck to this video till the end. I wasn't expecting it to be this long, but yeah, see you boys next time.